better get out of the way. I better get out of the way. I better get out of the way. Let me shove my seatbelt on. I need to get out of the way because if I don't get out of the way, people can't get past me. I think that one's in a relatively good place. I'll have a check. Just bear with me a minute. That'll do. It's good enough for what we want. What? We don't need that, we don't need that. Let's get rid of it all at the way. Not done with these for a while, have I? No. You know why, do you? I just fucking know where to go. It's all the same boring rubbish. £3 now. Up in Telford. Now you would have thought that, you know, being the great company that I work for, that they would send me home when I get back to the yard, but unfortunately, no. I've got to go back up to fucking Litchfield. That sucks. Hey ho, whatever. Who cares? I don't. I'm born to work. That's what it is. I was born to work the mundane, boring, fucking pointless job that everybody else has to have as well. Because if you think of it like this, right? We all have to work. Unless you're lucky, but hey, not all of us are lucky. And when you think of it from a different aspect, realistically, the country, our wonderful civilization that we've got, they need to have the boring people like me and you, right? Somebody throwing fucking shed bits around. I seen a shed bit like that earlier, but somewhere else. Not a panel like that, but it was like a archy thing with meshing on it. However, but so think of it like this, right? If everybody that went to school did really well because the school teachers that they had were brilliant and not like the share of shit that I had when I was at school, and then they passed all their exams and got great grades, well then they would be aspiring to be something like, I don't know, teachers themselves, possibly lawyers, accountants, doctors, you know, all that kind of crap. Because you don't really want to be doing well at school and progressing to maybe college or uni to then sit behind the fucking steering wheel. Oh, no. Now, or stacking shelves in fucking Tesco's. That's more like you know, the interim while you're at college, that is, isn't it? You know what I mean? To earn a bit of extra cash, but no. But this is the real sad thing, and you know, it's a realisation that we all ought to be prepared to know, is that the country needs the dull and boring to do the mundane shit that the educated don't want to do, because they won't do it anyway. You know what I mean? We're the ones who have to end up doing that shit. That's why I'm stuck behind this fucking wheel all day. Because unfortunately for me, I didn't do very well at school. I wasn't an aspiring fucking lawyer or accountant or doctor. I certainly couldn't play a bloody instrument. You know what I mean? So, yeah, well. So unfortunately, we have to just plod along doing our mundane, boring, soul-crushing job, and then hope that one day we die in our fucking sleep. What? I'm only being honest at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Because that's it, innit? On my tombstone, I'm going to have, right, engraved on it, spent all life waiting for something to fucking happen, but nothing ever did. End of. You might think I'm a bit fucking, you know, ungrateful to a point, because I've got my wonderful YouTube channel, but that's beside the point. Without this job, I wouldn't have that, right? And I haven't got time to go and do something else which wouldn't pay money unless I managed to get it up and running properly with gazillions of subscribers. I'm not that lucky, right? You know, have you ever had a mate or whatever, or something, whatever, I don't know, yeah, somebody who seems to fail, but fail up, not crash and burn, right? Yeah. Well, those are the type of people that can seem to fall off a ladder, but land in a bucket of money. You know what I mean? Those type of people who crash their car, but end up with a fucking new one. I know those are ridiculous fucking examples, but hey-oh, you know what I mean? I love it. Amazing how life works, isn't it? I mean, in the ideal world, we wouldn't actually need to worry about shit like, would we? We wouldn't need it. We could all survive on replicators and stuff like that, so we wouldn't need to worry about going to the job. We wouldn't need to worry about money. Just press a button. And there it is. Okay, that'd be good, wouldn't it? I can live with that. Any day of the week. Happy fucking days. But unfortunately, we don't live in Star Trek. Oh well. I gotta get this moan off my chest, because if I don't, the whole video will be fucking like. So bear with me for the first 10 minutes or so, because it's just going to be like this all the way through. And if the camera is shaking too much to do, I do apologise. It's on a fucking, looks like it's on a bungee cord the way it's going. The road itself isn't exactly smooth though. So, oh well, never mind. It's doing a lot of flexing, that is. More than normal. I'm trying to figure out how to do something better with that, because it's really, really good. It's not good. Let's go! Let's go! I'm going! I'm going! Let's go! Let's go! I'm going! I'm going! Yeah. But I must admit though, I am glad that I've got out of that fog I was in the last few weeks. I mean, that was just fucking dreadful, that was. It was horrible. I think I've seen the back end of that. The usual, I can live with the usual, but the way I was feeling, fucking hell bells, that was just not good at all. I mean, everybody gets the Monday blues, that's a given. You know what I mean? I fucking hate Mondays, I hate Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays I can put up with, but you know what I mean, do you? We're all in that particular boat, I'm afraid. I'm gonna move over because I've changed the layout of this fucking road. That'll do. I'm happy now. Well, we're almost on the M54. We can have the shit bored out of us driving down there now, can't we? Why not indeed? You lot can join in and just be completely bored out your fucking school box. No, you won't, because you actually like lorry driving. Oh, dear. Oh, and another thing to mention, right, before I forget, this is pretty much going to be the norm, right? Yes, I mean, I do get to drive the 66 plate Volvo, but whether the information I heard the other day is true or not, there's only going to be one of them. So that might dwindle down to yes or probably not at all. So the trucks that we are going to be given will be the old bags of shit that we've got now. Because we haven't evolved, we have actually devolved. We've gone backwards. Because this one's an 11 plate, which is 6 years old. Fucking 6 years old, I ask you. 6. So it's got the wank tacho, the one that chews your drive time away, not saves your drive time. So if you get caught in traffic, or like what I'm doing, shunting backwards and forwards, it fucking wrecks your drive time for you. I just thought I'd put it out there. It just means that the MANs are no more. None. Never, ever, ever again. Unless by some miracle they change their mind, have whatever, but hey. So the fact that we've got DAFs, CF DAFs, there's a possible old Volvo, but for the drive-alongs, as you know, the best truck for that is the MAN, hands down. It might not be the best truck, but it's certainly better than a fucking DAF so far. Anyway, by the by, it's out of my control, unless I win the lottery, but that ain't going to happen, so I just got to put up with it. Watch each day unfold pretty much the same. Anyway, Mr. Was it Scania Man? I don't know what kind of car that was. I think it was a Seat, but that looked more like a people carrier, a bit like the Ford Galaxy or the C-Max, like Dan mentioned. That's not. No, that's a family car. There's only me. The reason why I was picking the Mondo Estate, not the older model, but the next one up from it, it don't look too bad. I have seen them, they're alright, I could put up with that. The one before that, now that looks wank, proper crap. But I want the Estate so I can shove my speakers in there. You've got to have tunage, ain't you? You know what I mean? It's got to be done. But I'm putting money away, and each week keep adding to it. Pardon me, but by the time I get to the time where my car is no longer viable, the one I've got, okay, I'll stop that. hopefully then I'll have enough money to get a reasonably decent one, because that's what I want. I just want a reasonably decent one, because the next car I get, that's it. I won't be having any more unless I win the lottery. So that car's going to last me then from now until I retire. I will put that car round the fucking clock. But if it's got like a reasonable amount of miles on it, sort of like, I have seen them below 50, but I mean for my price bracket it is going to be more like around about the 80 mark. I'd like to get less than that, but unfortunately I'm stuck. I know I might seem like I'm asking a lot, but I have seen them on Deo, but I think the price on that's a bit much, to be fair, especially the model it is and the year. It doesn't matter about the fucking mileage, it's on 45,000 from new. But I still think the £3,000 they're asking is a bit much. I mean, I could probably say, okay, 2 would be fair enough, but I've seen that model, when you look at that price checker thing, there's around about 1,200 quid. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck they're asking for. I think the reason why they're asking that kind of money, the only thing I can think of, is the fact that they are leaving this crane in the back of it. Yes, I know. It's a disabled thing for lifting stuff into the boot and swinging it in. That's the only thing I think of. But it does look a really nice, tidy, clean car. No marks, blemishes and shit like that. It looks very nice. But £3,000's too much, I think, to be honest. I could probably say, okay, it's worth 1,800 to £2,000 is as much as I'd pay. But hey. Then there's the next one, which was on like 90 something thousand. That what they wanted 1,700. Then there was another one that was like on 70 something, and they wanted just over £1,000 for it. But I'm still umming and fucking ahhing. I'm struggling. Because I'm crap when it comes to buying cars, right? I find a car I like and I just jump in and buy it, and it turns out to be a bag of shit. Ends up falling apart, like the one I've got now. Love it to bits, but no. I need to really have a good old look around and have a good old, you know, ferret underneath it and have a good look. If it wasn't for the fact that I was impatient with the one I've got, but because I'd gone so far and the lads had gone down with me to come and get it, I just thought I had no choice but to have it. But I should have had the balls and turned around and said, "No, fucking joking, are you, mate? This thing has been sat in the fucking ocean. Underneath of it's rotten to fuck." But aye, never mind. We learn. We live and learn, as I say. But plus as well, Dan, I don't do diesel. I wouldn't touch a diesel if you paid me to have a fucker. I just wouldn't do it. Don't like them. Never have and never will. I'm a petrol head, me. Now, don't like them. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you look on eBay or even Auto Trader, the Mondeos, there's more diesels for sale than there are petrols. I wonder why that is. Oh, I know. Because they're trying to get shot at the fucking diesels. Eventually they're going to get rid of the petrols as well, but believe it or not, right, when that happens, the year after that will be the the year I'll have to renew my licence. That's if I'm still here. I fucking hope I am, mind you, but hey ho, you never know, do you? I'm hoping before then they actually fucking invent the everlasting pill, so then I can you know, progress further on into the future. Oh, because there's lots of shit coming up ahead, you know, that I'm not going to be privy to. But you lot out there that are on in your teens or early 20s, you will. I'm fucking jealous of that shit. Because unfortunately, we've all got a fucking sell-by date. And that's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. I think we've been cheated out of life. I really do. Ah, well. I think that's why I get pissed off a lot, you know, because I feel like my life is just whittling away. Does my head in. I mean, we're almost into 2018. I know it's only August now, but think of it like September, October, November, December. Yes, it ain't far away. As some sarcastic twat keeps putting on Facebook. Oh look, it's only this many weekends and it'll be Christmas. Fuck off. We ain't even had a half decent summer yet. Fucking 5 minutes of sunshine, the rest has been pissing it down a fucking rain. I heard the weather report. Apparently, the European side of things, yeah I know, they've been having weather warnings. Really hot. Anything from 30 plus up to as high as 40 plus. I feel sorry for them fuckers. The UK, by the way, 17 degrees. Earlier on today, it was actually sitting at 11 while it was chucking it in the fucking rain. I know, it's bonkers, isn't it? We certainly won't have a severe weather warning. Oh, unless it's to do with rain. Yeah. So we have a severe weather warning for the UK. Yes, torrential fucking rain. Unbelievable. When they tell us we're having a heat wave, that lasts all of about fucking 5 minutes. Don't worry, sunshine, it'll be pissing it down tomorrow. Alright. Unreal. I blame the fucking scientists because they're the ones that are, well actually there must be some secret society somewhere that's doing this to our country. Right? Not our country, it's some other fucking country that's doing this. I know. It's the people who live in the Antarctic. That's who it is. Have you ever heard all that shit? Right, yeah. I was watching that panel about their experiences of this, that and the other, and the secret fucking space missions and all that shit. And according to this one guy, right, and I will say this, how stupid smart people can be is that apparently he's had several missions to Mars, right, called the Jump mission, and this all takes place in Antarctica. Very convenient that, isn't it? Because no fucker can see anything coming from there or going to there. I mean, really, people? Oh man. So according to it, they've got already got, what do they call it, fucking building and structures out there already done. There's Martians, and they have been abducting people and children for years. And according to this one chap, he says that there's a pit full of dry freeze bodies just lying there in blue uniforms, all like overalls. That fucking crap me up, that does. I'm like, really? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, no problem. You carry on. Fucking makes me laugh. And then because there's like a bunch of these people on there, they're saying all this stuff, but they've got no physical evidence of it, none whatsoever. There was one guy on the panel I actually did contradict what this other chap was saying, like, because about evidence, and that because I am giving you testimony of what I have seen, that is evidence. It's like, no. Because for me, for argument's sake, right, if I told you this, yesterday I jumped out of a plane from 10,000 feet and it was brilliant, but unfortunately I forgot to take my GoPro camera with me, but I jumped out of a plane from 10,000 feet. Do you believe me? Even though there's no proof that I jumped out this plane, right? Because it just so happens that I paid cash and I lost the receipt. You see where I'm going with this? See, it's all right spouting off about shit, right? And saying that you've saw something or you've done something, you've seen this, you've seen that. But unless you can prove it, it's not evidence at all. So this fucking Pilbury fucking chicken sitting up there saying that he was a member of this mission to off to Mars, and he's jumped in back in the 80s, and he's jumped from here to there, right? I'm like, you're telling me that back in the 80s, several times you've gone from here to there with this jump technology, and yet they didn't even have the technology to fucking remotely control the fucking TV properly. Fuck off. Unbelievable. We only had vinyl and tapes back then. You know what I mean? To play your music on. There weren't even mobile phones back then. I mean, why is it that these... it's just... oh. I'll keep an open mind. I can't argue there. Right? I will keep an open mind, because if somebody comes up to me and goes, there's the proof, look, and it's a proper representation, it's 40, dude, of what is actually going on, and it corresponds to with what's been said, then great, brilliant. I accept that what you have said is genuine. But how come fucking spouting this shit off, expecting me to believe you? Because if the Bible can't convince me that God exists, how the fuck are you going to convince me? You fucking turd. I mean, come on, think about it. Unbelievable. Yeah, okay. It's like watching on the old Security 10. Made me laugh, that did. It was cringe-worthy, but it made me laugh at the same time. Apparently there's these people that do this remote viewing and allow aliens to visit them and talk through them. I mean, have you seen anything so fucking ridiculous? And this one particular woman who says, I was driving back from the shops and it was knocking on my head. I'm thinking, you're suffering with schizophrenia, mate. That's what you're suffering with. Fucking aliens visiting, taking it. Oh, fuck off. Whatever next. I was pissing myself. Honestly, it was hilarious, but cringeworthy as well as I'm like, and you want to be taken seriously? Yeah, okay. You get on with it. This one chap, he was there, right, and he was adamant that he was being taken over, and then there was this different language that come out of his mouth while he was pulling faces, and I'm like, oh, I can do that on any fucking day of the week. I'll give you a demonstration. See, I'm gonna summon an alien from the skies. Oh, hang on, he's knocking on my head. Zonda Urimidata Jinkim Zenkawadata. What was that? Oh, what happened? I just lost some time. whatever fucking next. Unbelievable. Did you just witness that? If I'm not mistaken, those lights were on red and he just went through them. Oh, I'll have to look back on that, but that just looked like he just jumped the traffic lights. Brilliant. Maybe the rules don't apply to him. Oh well, never mind. And as you can see, the signs there says 800 yards, the lane will close. So I will be getting over as soon as I go through here. Or whenever I can. You noisy bag of crap. When they try to palm shit off as being legitimate just by speaking words, that's what bugs me the most, right? Because no matter what somebody says, unless you can actually prove it, no matter. You can listen to it and make your own opinion of it, but that still doesn't make it true. But I did jump out of a plane at 10,000 feet. Oh dear me. Unbelievable. It just amazes me every time you see all this rubbish that comes out of YouTube with the oh, I've got an alien, oh, I can see a UFO, oh, we've got this, that and the other. Oh, fuck off. It even made me smile when I had a bit of a brain fart the other day, thinking about, well, okay, right, alien technology, great, flying saucers, brilliant, yet they've travelled all that distance back in 1947 and crashed. What the fuck is that all about? I mean, it never really dawned on me when you think of it. The Roswell incident when the alien craft crashed. So they have managed, right? Get this. Just think about it for 1 minute. They have managed to traverse light years of space crap and yet crashed on the fucking planet Earth. I mean, when you actually put those sentences together, the Roswell incident, the spacecraft that crashed, fuck me drunk. And it gets worse when you actually stick logic in it all. You know what I mean? It just does. Oh man, they must have been fucking experts, them guys, and they've traversed all that distance and yet they crashed on this little blue ball. Oh man, unbelievable. Just think about it. Go on, take a minute. But look at all the evidence they got, Jace. But haven't they got evidence? It was something that they've done themselves and they're trying to fucking hide the fact. The best way to hide shit is to hide it in plain sight. It's as simple as that. But like I said before, I will keep an open mind. When they produce that little grey man, which there's another thing as well. Why are they little and grey? What the fuck? Why do they have to be little, grey, with big eyeballs? Who come up with that idea? I'll tell you who come up with that idea. Some religious fucker come up with that idea. It's got to be, because they would not think that any alien species would look like us. They just couldn't have that concept, because we apparently are the fucking, that's it. We're the creators of the creations of the creators are created. Can I go yet? I want to go. Can't go yet. No, still coming. Oh, well, he's coming in. I hate this fucking island. This island sucks. Now I can. Here we go. By Java, people. Coming through. Oh, fuck me, what was that then? Dunk. Oh. I know I've got this weird way of looking at things, I do know that, I mean, but I have to give these other side of the page look at stuff, because if I don't and nobody else does, then whatever's given to you, people are going to have to believe it, aren't they? You've always got to challenge. You can't just take shit at face value. You've got to look at it from another angle. Think for yourself. Why not, indeed? I mean, you could even go as far as being a David Icke. I mean, I don't really think I'll go down that path, because that guy is living in a different world altogether. I mean, don't get me wrong, he does come up with some reasonably, fascinating ideas, but then he goes off onto a tangent which is like, well, okay, now you've just lost track now. Come back. You know what I mean? Come back to fucking reality. You've only got to look at that thing he was going on about transgenders. I mean, oh man, yeah. I'm sorry, but that guy, he just, yeah. Oh well, never mind. Not to worry, that would think about it. And I like that statement that one of my subbies said about, crashing on the planet and flying around our fluffy clouds. It's the same principle, isn't it? Really, when you think about it. Why on earth would they do it in the first place? No. Nope. No. It's just a pointless exercise as far as I'm concerned. Pointless exercise. Well, how about that? That ain't took long, has it? I'll come that way through, because going the other way around it gets a bit fucking clogged up with traffic, and this way's a bit better. Might be a little longer, but back it. Don't matter. What the love of fucking shite is that? Somebody's been fly tipping by the looks of it. Fucking hell. I just don't get it, I don't. You know, do you ever sometimes feel that you're the only one that ever seems to care about others? I mean, it feels like that sometimes with me. Especially with my fucking day, like, It's like, if I'm doing something, I will think about what I'm doing in the respect to what others are going to do, right? Simple little example. When I swap trailers at uni, I do all the trailer, drop it, drive around and park in this little area we call it the D, right? Now, what I will do, if it's me that's only there, I'll pull right the way down to the front of it, right on the very edge, and stop there. Because if I do that, I know that if by some chance that somebody else wants to pull around, because they want to grab some paperwork, whether it's me or other haulage company, they've got room to fit behind me. But whenever somebody else is on there before me, they just slap themselves bang in the middle of it. Nobody else can get on there. You know what I mean? Think of others first, then do. It ain't difficult. But that's sometimes it's like driving as generally, you do each day, backwards and forwards, whatever. But I'm always thinking of, well, if I pull across the line of these traffic lights now, even though they're on green, I will be blocking the fucking exit when they do change to red. So what's the point in that? So you might as well wait here, wait for enough gap to fit in, then go across. There are small things, believe it or not, they help. Honestly. But hey, a lot of people just think, I mean, I always used to think I was selfish at times, but when you have a day like I have every day, you realise that, do you know what, I'm not that selfish at all. Some of the stunts that people pull, fucking hell, it just boggles the mind, it really does. Boggles the fucking mind. But then again, if you look at the way that, just for driving as an example, if you look at the way people do drive and cheat, because you'll guarantee that everybody cheats for some unknown reason. I don't know why they do it, but I wish there was a formula, you know what I mean, like some sort of mathematical equation to figure out as to why people cheat. It's because they're selfish. They're not thinking of anybody else other than themselves. That's the reason why. When they leave it to the last second and cut in front of somebody, or drive down a dual carriageway which they know full well is going to turn into a bottleneck and keep on going, or better still, pull out from the line of traffic that's open and fuck off down the outside over the arrows and right into the bit that's like fucking almost zill, because they don't want to sit in the queue and they can't be asked to be bothered to wait. Selfish. Selfish, self-centred bastards. No need for it. I mean, today, as I was coming out of uni, for some unknown reason, a guy in a car had pulled up to the gate, and as I'm getting through the barrier, he sort of turns and backs up, then goes back up to the buzzer again. I know I waved him towards me, I pat me on and goes, oh, you know. So he backs up. I says, mate, I says, you could do it going to the staff entrance. So out of here, I says, not the next entrance, it's the one after, literally on the bend. Helped him out. Shit. I've got to go back there first, haven't I? Damn. I was thinking I've got to go to fucking Unilever, but I haven't. Fuck it, I'll go this way. I'm going to cheat. Oh, good grief. Autopilot again, because I'm so used to going fucking backwards and forwards to fucking Unilever. It's a good job there was nothing there, isn't it, really? But if there was, I'd have to go all the way down there and come all the way back up again. Cheating within reason. I know. But remember, because it didn't affect anybody, that's fine. You know that for a fact. Tell you what. Oh, why me? Woe is me, woe is me. Yeah. would like to be able to enjoy, just for a bit, if anything, what I do. But it's just not possible. Hey-o. Doesn't that defeat the object? Okay. So he's dropped his box off, pulled behind his box but drove forward up to it, I gather, to make sure his back doors don't get opened, but revealing the back doors on his other box, which is at the back of him. I don't get that logic. There must be some logic somewhere, but I don't fucking get it. Oh well. Never mind. Shit happens, as they say. 15'4", eh? Mm. Gotta pull forward just a wicker bit. I'm a bit on the stunt. A bit of a squeak coming from somewhere. What the fuck that is? Oh, I did say what trial it was, but my thumb's bruised. I bruised me fucking thumb. Ow. Ow. Did I say 113? It can't be 113 because he's underneath the fucking thing. Well, that's it then, boys and girls. We are done. End of. We can go out. Looking like that. I was going to Litchfield. Not now. Absolutely fucking superb. Zero. No, not zero. 16, 15 will do quite nicely. I'm quite happy with that. 4065 235. Now I've got to pack all this stuff away now, haven't I? You know what I mean? Unplug you all. Yeah. Quite empty fucker. Make sure it's not all fucking left behind and ends up getting pinched. Because yes, we still live in a society where people won't go, oh, I found this in the truck. Who's this belong to? And we're going, oh, I don't fucking have that. Anyway, I want to go and I will speak to you a lot again. Some other time, whenever I get a chance. So, toodle pip and all that. Go on then. Off you pop. Bobbity poppins. It's got to be done, innit?